Dear students, the topic for discussion today is elements of risk. As you know, risk and uncertainty are part and parcel of all investment decisions because the results of any investment or almost all the investments are available only in the future. Now let us see what is risk. Risk is the chance of loss. It is a chance that an outcome or actual gain from investment will differ from an expected outcome or result. Risk includes the possibility of losing some or almost all of the original investment made. The Oxford Dictionary defines risk as exposure to danger, harm, or loss. When we talk about risk in the context of investments or in relation to financial markets, we are using the loss part of this definition. The loss part of this definition in terms of money that we might lose. Investment risk can be defined as the possibility or likelihood of occurrence of losses relative to the expected return on any particular investment. In simple words, it is a measure of the level of uncertainty of achieving the returns as per the expectation of the investor or investors. It is the extent of unexpected results to be realized. It is the result of the unexpected results to be realized. Risk is an important component in assessment of the prospects of an investment. See, in the assessment of the prospects of an investment, risk is an important component. Most investors, while making an investment, considering less risk as favorable. The lesser the investment risk, the more profitable is the investment. The accepted rule is that the higher the risk, the better the return. The higher the risk, the better the return. All investments carry with them some degree of risk. And risk management is the process of determining what risks exist in an investment and then handling those risks in the best suitable or possible manner. So there are two important aspects in risk management. The first one is the process of determining what risks exist in the investment. And then second one is handling these risks in the best possible manner or best suitable manner. So risk management is important because it can reduce or increase. It can reduce or increase risk depending on the goals of the investors as well as the goals of the portfolio managers. The investors as well as the portfolio managers are having their own goals. So depending on these goals, risk management is very, very important because it can reduce or increase the risk. Now let us see the different types of risk. Risk can be of different types and mainly it can be classified into two categories. There is the systematic risk as well as the unsystematic risk. Now let us see what is systematic risk. Systematic risk is one which is directly related with the overall movement in general market or the economy. So systematic risk is the risk which is directly related with the movement in the market or economy. Such risks are mainly associated with the securities market. Whereas unsystematic risk is the variability of returns caused by unique and specific factors relating to the particular firm or industry. So the variability in returns caused by the specific factors relating to a firm or industry is called unsystematic risk. So systematic risk as well as unsystematic risk can be further classified into various categories. Let us see the different types of risk coming under systematic as well as unsystematic risk. Now, systematic risk consists of mainly four types. One is interest rate risk. Second one is market risk. Then purchasing power risk and also exchange rate risk. So, systematic risk can be classified as interest rate risk, market risk, purchasing power risk, and exchange rate risk, which is also called currency risk. We can see these types one by one. Now, the second one, unsystematic risk. It can be classified into two major categories. One is the business risk as well as the financial risk. Business risk can be again classified into two. There is the internal business risk as well as the external business risk. Now let us see one by one. The first one is interest rate risk. When the market interest rate changes, there may be fluctuation in the rate of return from different investments, especially securities. When market rates change, there may be fluctuation in the rate of return from shares, debentures, bonds, and other securities. This is called the interest rate risk, the risk due to the fluctuation in the rate of return as a result of the change in the market rate. Then second one is market risk. It is referred to as the variability in stock returns due to changes in investors' attitudes and expectations. Market prices of shares move up or down. A general rise in the share price is referred to as the bullish trend, and whereas the general fall in share price is called bearish trend. You know about bulls and bears. So the bullish trend refers to a rise in share price, whereas bearish trend refers to fall in share price. So that is with regard to market risk. Then comes the purchasing power risk. It is also known as inflation risk. It refers to variation in returns of investors due to inflation. This risk arises out of the changes in price of goods and services and covers both inflation as well as deflation. So purchasing power risk is the risk due to inflation and deflation. Then comes the exchange rate risk, which is also called currency risk. Exchange rate risk refers to the variability in returns on securities due to exchange rate fluctuations, foreign exchange rate fluctuations. When exchange rate changes, the traders in the home country have to pay greater or lesser amount than the contracted price. This is called exchange rate risk, which is also called as the currency risk. Now, let us see what are the different types of unsystematic risk. As you know, unsystematic risk is the variability in returns caused by unique and specific factors relating to a firm or industry. So the two sources of unsystematic risk are business risk as well as financial risk. Let us see what is business risk. The variability in operating income. The variability in operating income due to operating conditions of a firm is called business risk. Depending on the operating conditions, there may be variability in operating income. This difference is called the business risk. It arises from the inability of a firm to maintain its competitive edge or the growth or stability or the earnings. If the firm is unable to maintain its competitive edge or growth, stability, or earning, there will be business risk. This business risk can be divided into two categories. One is the internal business risk, and the second one is external business risk. Now, what is internal business risk? Internal business risk arises out of the firm's limiting environment within which it conducts its business. Internal business risk arises out of the firm's limiting environment within which it conducts its business. The factors affecting internal business are sales fluctuations, research and development, personnel management or HR management, fixed cost, etc. So the internal business risk is due to sales fluctuations, then the research and development activities undertaken in the organization, then the HR or the personnel management, and also the fixed cost. Then the second one, external business risk. That result from the operating conditions which are beyond the control of the firm. External factors are beyond the control of the firm. Example, social factors, regulatory factors, the government regulations, etc. Then monetary and fiscal policies of the government, and also business cycles. So the policy of the government, business cycle, social factors, regulatory factors, on all these factors, the firm is not having any control. These are beyond the control of the firm. That type of risk is called external business risk. Now the last one, financial risk. It refers to variability in returns due to change in capital structure, and capital structure of a company consists of equity funds and borrowed funds. As you know, the capital structure of a company consists of equity funds and borrowed funds. When the debt equity mix changes, the return of the equity shareholders also changes. So, we have seen what is meant by risk, the importance of risk or the effect of risk on investment, and also the different types of risk. Risk and return, the 2 R's of business. These are the 2 R's of business. When a risk is high, the return will also be high. Now, we have to analyze the risk, and there are different risk analysis techniques. This we can see in the next presentation. Thank you.